All right, guys. All right. Hello. It's time to record another video. All right. So this is going to be the next video. We're going to be working on the UI, we're working on the blog. So don't forget to share the video. Make sure you subscribe to continue watching. So let's do this, guys. Let's make it. All right. So let me go ahead and close this one here. Uh, Let me go ahead and open the application. I wanted to show you guys. So okay, so over here, I got, I checked it. I checked they actually create the post. On this one, I'm going to put a third post. It's just for testing. Then I'm going to put down. This is amazing. Amazing. The tag, I'm going to put down web development. I'm going to put down technology. And I'm going to put down, this is amazing blog, like that. I'm going to pick the picture. Where is the pictures? Screenshot. So I'm going to put down this one. So I'm going to hit submit. And then it's going to take a little bit. And there it is. So I already tested. I already put the first one, second one, third one. We're going to fix that after. So let me go ahead and, and the image too. So I'm going to fix that. These two are supposed to be the opposite. So I'm going to hit edit. See the picture showing right there. So that's showing. So you can actually edit. This is an amazing blog. Thanks to Martin Debs. So let me go ahead and submit. So see, this is an amazing blog. Thanks to Martin Debs. Okay, so that is working. So let's go ahead and continue. Actually, let me show you how, because I forgot about on the previous video. So you have to create a folder. If you got to go to the www root, you're going to have to create a folder, which is going to be content. And then you're going to create another folder with block. See, all the images are there, all these images. See, that's my first one. So all the images are getting saved into the SQLite. So all these images, like right here, we got that one. I have this one. So it's getting saved. So make sure, go into your app settings and make sure you copy the path and go to images and copy this right here. And that then you should be able to save images. So then, all right, so let's go ahead and continue working. We're actually going to create a new area, and it's going to be called the UI. All right, let's create a new UI. Let's go ahead and create a one for all your posts. So this one here, I am going to create an empty MVC controller. Come on, ASP.NET. Okay, so here I'm going to name this one post. Actually, let's name this one post controller with the S at the end. So, okay, so now that's that. Let's go ahead and create an area. And then here I am going to name this one UI. And then we got to go into the program here. So now I want to make sure, see how I have the area. So now that is going to show, that's going to be the area for the UI. So here I'm going to go ahead and do CTRO like that. And I'm going to go ahead and import. I'm going to import iPost repo like that. And I'm going to use the repo. And I'm going to hit Control dot and create this is use a primary constructor. No, I don't want that one. I'm going to use this one. And let's go ahead and do that underline repo. And the first one is going to be here. I am going to return a list of posts. So I'm going to go ahead and do var pose and then underscore. I'm sorry, not context. So it's going to be underscore repo like that. And I want to get all the pose and I'm going to lists. And I want to go ahead and return pose. And then let's go ahead and create one for details. So I'm going to do public action result like that. And I'm going to go ahead and do return view repo get pose. And here, oh, and inside the detail, you got to pass an ID. Okay, just like that. So now we have one for the index and one for the detail page. So far, that's what we're going to create. And then now we can actually go into the view and go ahead and create the HTML, which is over here. Let's go ahead and create one for the post. Make sure it matches the controller. So let's go ahead and create a folder. This is going to be post. And then inside there, I'm going to go ahead and create an index. Come on. Okay, go ahead and add an empty one. And I'll go ahead and create an index HTML. Perfect. So far, so good. Let's go ahead and close all the top but this one. Okay. So here, I'm going to get rid of all of that. All right, so here, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and copy that. This is kind of like to have a SEO. So I'm using the title, description, and everything else. So when you create a website, uh, the Google it looks for these keywords. So I'm using that. That's another way, to put down keywords. All right, so here, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use models on the top. And I'm going to use iNumerable. And the class is going to be post because that's what we're going to be using. And here, I'm going to go ahead and save it. And I'm going to go ahead and create a section. Oh, let me go ahead and rebuild, apply changes. So here, what I want to do is I want to create a bread. It's called breadcrumb. So it's just a little area there. So it's going to be section, class, and page. And that's going to be page hero. I'm going to use that for my CSS. And I'm going to do div class. And this is going to be called section center, like that. And that's going to be H3. And here I'm going to do, it's going to be called home and / my blog. And then let me go ahead and hit save. And then let me see if it's working already. So let's go ahead here. Blog. It's supposed to be with the S. Oh, here. It's working. It's called home blog. So this is where we're going to be working on. Okay. So we're going to do some HTML, CSS. So stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. So let's have fun with this website. All right, guys. So what do we got here? I have implemented some HTML. Created the breadcrumbs over here. And then I created a section for the blog. So here I give it an ID, a class, container. This is created a class and I put a cart here. Here end up creating a section with size and medium. And this is where they're going to be the search. One for categories. So we're going to search for all news, technology. So this is pretty much, and then we're going to create a JavaScript file where we're going to import the, so let's take a look again. So this is the HTML. This is for the category. So let me show you what it looks like. Oh, and also I implemented inside my hold on, let me see. Inside my post, I have a CSS. Let me go all the way to the top. So I created some colors. I created a page hero, and then I give it some style there. One for the block, one for the black entry, the image, the title, the image. Let me go a little slow there. So all this CSS right here. So yeah, it's quite a bit of CSS. I think it's about 100 and I think it's about 100 and actually, let me see. It's about 277 lines. But let me show you what it looks like. See, this is the breadcrumb here. This is the search, all of that. So we're going to focus about getting the image over here, but we got to work on that. So if you guys want to get the CSS, make sure you leave a comment on the bottom of the video. And make sure you put down a comment. Hey, I like the video. If you can share the CSS, and I'll be happy to share the CSS, but this is it. All right. So, and also another thing too, I implemented the, here says blog. So it says UI post. So if you go category, that's, okay, that's the blog right there. And also what I did is I went inside the layout and I imported from the, I created, let me show you. So I created a folder that says style, layout, and I put post CSS and I imported here. That's pretty much it. And let me see, make sure I got everything. So that's that. So now we are going to focus on creating a folder for the API. So inside the where I'm going to put this one inside the areas here, inside the UI, inside the controller here, we're going to create a folder for the API. Okay, actually, I'm going to do it outside the I'm going to actually do it over here. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that. So let me go ahead and rename this one API. API like that. Inside the API, I'm going to go ahead and create it's going to be called post controller. Let's go to controller, go to API. Let me go ahead and create an empty one. And this one, I'm going to call it post controller. And that's how you create an API controller. Okay, so inside the API controller, I want to go ahead and be able to get all the, so it's almost similar to the MVC one. So here, what I want to do is I want to do CT or R. And inside there, I want to go ahead and import the repo, iPost repository. And then there, I'm going to do repo. Same thing, I'm going to do the constructor. Go ahead and inject it there. Okay, so I have that. Let's get rid of the this. And we use the underline. I'm going to go ahead and use the underline right there. And let's go ahead and do the HTTP get. HTTP get. Inside there, we're going to do public, async. Let's do task. And inside there, we're going to do action result. And let's put INumerable like that. And inside there, we're going to bring the post class. And let's do get post. And inside there, we're going to do bar post. And we're going to do underscore repo dot, we want to do is get all posts like that. And then we're going to return the view. On this one, you actually want to do return okay. And you want to do post. And you want to do a wait because we're using async. What is it? Oh, okay, it's not supposed to be I, it's supposed to be action result. And here, let's go ahead and import that from models. And why is it complaining? For pose that repo, yeah, like that. Okay, so we have all of that. So let me go ahead and build it. And the next thing we're going to do is work on the JavaScript so we can display the items on the screen. So let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and hit F5 so we can build it. So here we got, okay, I built it, no errors at all. It's working just fine. No errors at all. See, everything is working. It's up to date. We're still not able to see the data here, but we're going to be able to display pretty soon. All right, so we're not seeing anything yet, but we're gonna magically make some stuff appear now that we have the JavaScript. Let me see if I can actually do. Let me do. Wait, I think is API posts. Yeah. So see, now we're gonna use JavaScript to consume all of that. So let me go back and let's go over here where it says. Let's go over here where it says actually, no, it's inside here. Okay, so inside the JavaScript, we're going to create a file here, and it's going to be quite a few lines using JavaScript. So here you want to go where it says JavaScript file, and over here, what I'm going to do is I am going to name this one. It's going to be called post. It's going to be called post list, and it's going to be JS. And over here, what we want to do is we want to go ahead and declare some values here on the top. So here, over here, I want to declare values, and the first one is going to be constant, and it's going to be base URL, and here is going to be the / API post. That's going to be the first one. The second one is going to be section car. And this one, we're going to use document dot query selector. And we're going to use the cart. And here we're going to do constant one for the search. And it's going to be called search bar. And this one is going to be document dot get element by ID. And here we want to do search bar. So all these IDs, I'm actually getting it from here. So search bar right here, see? I'm doing all of that. So we're gonna use JavaScript to do some to manipulate the DOM. Okay. So then we're gonna do one for the button, which is I'm gonna call it BTN container. And this one is going to be document dot get element by query selector. Query selector. And this is going to be, the ID is going to be btn dash container. And we're going to do one for now found. So it's going to be now found. And this one is going to be document dot query selector. And this one is going to be, I'm going to get the ID is called now found. Make sure you put the hashtag in the front. Then I'm going to do one for let input. And I'm going to give this one document query selector. And this is going to be, it's going to be the type dash equal text. And let's create some more variables. So this one's going to be filter pose. Okay, so then the other one's going to be let pose characters, let index, and let's make this one equal to 0. And the other one's going to be pages because we're going to use that for the pagination. And this one I'm going to make it empty. Okay, so now that was that. So let me see. Let me take a look at this one. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and write the to initialize the application. So let me go ahead and create that real fast. So here I'm gonna use this is where it's gonna be the initial application. So I'm gonna call it constant init. And this one I'm gonna use the async. I'm gonna do the arrow function. And here and over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a variable. It's going to be called constant pose. And I'm going to do await. And this is going to be, I'm going to call it low pose. And we're going to create that function. And we're going to use pages. Pages is from over here. I'm going to create this function to paginate. And I'm going to paginate the pose. Okay, so that's that. We are going to create setup. I'm going to do setup UI. That one too, we're going to create that right now. So let's go ahead and do that real fast. All right, so let's go ahead and fetch the items. So this is where I'm going to put my items. So this one here, load post, we have to create that one. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to do constant low post like that. And we're going to use async. And we're going to use the arrow function. You can use the regular function, but I like to use the arrow function. So then I'm going to do try. And then I'm going to create a variable. It's going to be called the response. And this one I'm going to do await. And we're going to use the fetch. And then the fetch, well, we're going to use the base URL. And that right there it's coming from up here. That, my friends, is just in case I want to do some updates, changes, I can do it on the top and I don't have to mess with the function. So that's the best way to do it. So I'm going to continue doing the try catch. And then I'm going to put down error. And then let me go ahead and do console log. And then if I want to do is display the error. Okay. So here, since I already got the base URL, the next thing I want to go ahead and do is we want to go ahead and get the post characters. And I want to go ahead and do await. And I'm going to grab the response. And I'm going to make that JSON. So then let's put an if statement. If there's no response, if the response is not okay, then you want to do is throw an error, a new error like that. And let's do backticks, like backticks. Sorry, backticks. And what we want to do is I want to go ahead and grab this variable, which is post characters. And I want to pass a message. And I also want to do the response. I want to grab we're going to do the $sign there, and we want to pass the status. Okay, and then we want to do is return. Actually, let's do console log. Let's see what kind of response we get. Console log. And we're going to do is pose characters like that. So let me go ahead and go back to the application. Let me go ahead and open the console log. Let me see if I get any response. Uh-oh. Getting failed to load or service response. Okay, let's figure out why. Post 220. I think it's because it's supposed to be post. Yeah, API that post with the plural, with the S at the end. Now let's see what kind of response we get. It says not found. Let me see what's going on with this one. Okay, so I forgot. We have to call that out. I think that's what it is. You have to call the function in order to work. So let's see how we get it. Let's go ahead and refresh the page. And post 220. Let me see why I'm getting errors. Yeah, see what's going on with this one. I think I figured out my issue. So I don't know if you can see that little line there. So I went back to my, let's go back to my index. So here, if you take a look, it's missing the forward slash. So forward slash post list like that. So now let me see if I get anything back in return. Let me see. Let me see if that was the issue. Okay, it looks like I don't have any more errors. So it looks like we did have we did succeed trying to get something. All right, let me see if I do get some data back. Let's do, okay, let me go ahead and refresh the page. Do console log. Okay, so it looks like we are getting the data. See, now first post, second post. So now we can actually continue with the JavaScript. Okay, cool. So now we're working on it. So make sure when you create a file in JavaScript, make sure you on the bottom you do the section scripts and you do the script, and you can do it this way. Look, you can actually copy and then is the Microsoft will actually transfer the whole thing for you. So okay, so that's that. All right. So now that we know we're working on it, let's go back to the JavaScript. Let's continue with the JavaScript. Let's have fun with JavaScript. Okay, the next thing we're going to be focusing is displaying the data on the screen. So let's go ahead and do let's do constant display post items like that. And here what we want to do is we want to do post like that, because that's what we're getting. We're passing the post. So in here, what we want to do is let's go ahead and create a variable. And this one, I'm going to call it HTML is string like that. And this, what I want to do is I'm going to use, actually, let's create another one because we want to sort it out. So I want to do constant, and this is going to be sort post. And then this one I'm going to use, I'm going to grab the post that we're passing, this this post that we're passing as a parameter. And then what we want to do is want to use the sort. I want to sort items from, what we want to do is we want to sort items from, and we want to sort it out in order. So what I want to do is A, B, we want to do the arrow function. And then you want to do is want to grab the variable A, and I want to use create. create. It's less than B create. And this is going to allow us to put it in order. So, so you want to do the question 1 dash 1. And that's how it puts it in order. So, okay, so now that we have that variable, we can actually use it. So we're going to use soar pose, and we want to use the map operator. And inside there, we're going to pass the pose. Then we're going to use the arrow function again. I don't know if you noticed, but I use arrow function quite a bit. So then we want to do return. This is what we're going to print on the screen. So we want to do is return. And I'm going to go ahead and copy the HTML. I'm going to go ahead and copy the HTML here. So that way it saves time. So let me go ahead and go over this HTML. So here, what I'm doing is I'm just using Bootstrap here. I'm grabbing that pose, and I'm grabbing the category. I'm grabbing the image. So the image is going to be content block, which is right over here, content images. Actually, no, I'm sorry, content that block. So I'm using these images. So this is what is going to appear in the actual the block, the pose. So then here I'm passing the title. And here I'm creating a link, so that way when you supposed to be post details, so you're gonna go to the page detail, and then I put down here when it was created by, and I'm using the local date string by Martin. So now that's not everything. You got it. You got to grab the variable. Okay, let me show you what I mean by that. You want to grab that variable, the HTML, and go ahead and so here I'm going to use the join. I'm going to do that join like that, and I'm going to put an empty string, and then I'm going to use the if I'm going to use the if statement, and here I want to do soar pose that link. That link, if I can spell it correctly. Okay, dot link is less than 1. What I want to do is I'm going to do section car inner HTML, and I want to put down here, uh, let's put a H2, and I'll put down sorry. So if there's nothing there, what I want to do is I'm going to put down no products match your search. And let's go ahead and close it. So I'm going to put down H2 like that. And then I want to do else section car dot inner HTML equals HTML string. Okay. Now let me see if I get anything now on the screen. Oop, sorry, messed up there. Okay, so let's see if we get anything. Let's go ahead and save it. Let me go ahead and see if I get anything printed out on the screen. Oh no, we're not getting anything yet. Uh-oh. Let's see why. Okay, let's see. First post or so. Okay, so I'm missing something. Let me see why. Okay, let's see why. Oh, I see why. Okay, so over here, I forgot to do window dot add event listener. And I want to do low when it loads. And I want to go ahead and call that init function, the first function that I created, which is this one here. So the application will not run unless you call this one. So let me see if I can get it to go. Oh, no, not yet. Let me see why. And I'm not getting any errors. No, 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 no. Let me see what else I'm missing. errors there. We go back over here. Let's take a look. Oh, see where it says here low pose. I put down console log instead of putting return. Let's see. Let's go ahead and do return. Return and Mr. Come on. Still not working. Let me see. Okay, so it keeps saying soar, undefined, promise, post list, and site. All right. After looking at the code up and down, I checked make sure my variables were good. And so over here, I created a setup UI. This is the initialize the so over here inside the low pose, I'm returning post characters. So what I'm gonna do is inside here, I'm gonna also put down post characters like that. So I created two separate functions so it can the low so that way the application is separate is separately. So here I created the init, which is the initialize the application, and I created another one which is setup UI. So now if you go to the screen, we should be able to see some items. Let's go ahead and close this out right here. Okay. So see, we can see the first pose, and you can actually click on that which says read more. Um, yeah, it's not going to work because we still got to work on the detail page. So, okay. So that's that. Took me a little bit. I wrote that code a long time ago. All right. So now let's add up the pagination and also let's add up the search functionality. So let's go ahead and do that. So let's go ahead and work on the let's go ahead and work on the let's go ahead and label the search function. So let's go ahead and work on that. So let's do search function here. So let's grab the variable, which is search bar, and let's go ahead and add up event listener. And here we're going to do key up. And the second one is going to be arrow function, and we're going to pass the event listener. So let's go ahead and create a variable here. Let's do search string. Let's name it that. Then we're going to do target. We're going to use target. And we want to grab the value. And then we want to do two lowercase like that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to create, I'm going to go ahead and grab the filter pose. And I'm going to make this one equals to the pose characters like that. And I'm going to use the filter, the built-in filter on JavaScript. And I want to grab the pose because I want to filter then. And here I want to do is a return. And I want to return pose that title to lowercase. And we put down includes the search string, which is this one here. So search string like that. Or, and I'm going to say, and pose. We want to do is category to lowercase. And you want to do the include again. And want to do search string. Okay, so then, okay, so now we have that. So we want to look for title or category. And here, let's go ahead and call display post items. And I want to go ahead and call the filter pose. That's going to be for the search. So now I'm going to create some buttons on it. I'll just go ahead and create some buttons. Right over here, we're going to create some buttons on it. So this is, okay, so here what I want to do is I want to do btn.container, and I want to add up event listener, and I want to look for the click event, and I want to do function. I'll pass an event there, and I'm going to do if e target dot class list. You want to do class list contains, if it contains btn dash container, I want to return, I want to return now if e target, let's use e target dot class list dot contains, and I want to do is I want to do the page dash btn. So if it contains the btn, which is this CSS class, so I want to do index equal to parse in, and I want to do e target dot data set the index. That's what I want to do. So then we're going to create another if statement here. So I want to do if e target dot class list contains dash next btn, like that. What we want to do is you want to do index plus plus. Then we want to do if index is greater than page dot length minus 1. I want to make the index equals to 0. So let's do another if statement here. If e target dash class list dot contains, and this one we want to do is a preview dash btn. So here what we want to do is you want to do index dash minus minus, and we want to do if index is less than 0. What you want to do is I want to do the index equal to the pages dot length, and it's going to be minus 1. Just like that. And then here what I want to do is I want to pass this setup UI like that. Okay. So now we have the buttons on it. And let me see what else we need to do. Okay, so here, let me go back up. So we got the pose, we got the way, we got to create the pagination now. So let's go ahead and grab the pagination real fast. Okay, so let's do the pagination down here. Down below over here. So let's go, let me see what we can, right here. Let's go ahead and grab and create the pagination. Let me go ahead and copy this real fast. Okay, so here what we want to do is we want to do constant paginate And then this is going to be, we're going to pass the pose. And here we want to do constant items per page. And this one is going to be equal to 10. I want 10 items per page. And then constant number of pages. And we want to use the math that seal. And in that, and there we're going to wrap up post that link. And we want to make that we want to divide that by the items per page. Items per page, like that. Then we want to do constant new post like that. And then we wanted to create a new one. So we're going to do an array. And we wanted to grab it from the link. And let's do numbers of pages. And let's do an underscore here. Hold on a second. So let's do underscore index. I'm sorry, no. It's supposed to be like this, comma, index. And here we want to do another arrow function. And let's do constant star. So that's going to be the beginning. So it's going to be index times the items per page. And then we want to do is return pose the slide. We're going to use that slide function and want to put down a star. You want it to do a star. Then you want to do star. If I can spell it. Okay, star plus items per page. And then you just want to do is return the new post. Like that. So let's go ahead and display the buttons on it. So over here, right, just below here, what I want to do is I want to work on the buttons of this displaying. So let's create that function. We want to do is constant display buttons. That's what we're going to call it. And here I want to do pass btn container. I want to pass pages, and I want to pass active index. Those are the three parameters we're going to pass. And the first variable we're going to do is we're going to do let btn. And what we want to do is grab the pages and we want to map it. And inside there, we want to do underscore pages, page index. Okay, so here what I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and return. I want to do backticks. Let me go ahead and copy this here. Okay, so we got the backticks. And here we want to do is btn, that push. And again, we're going to do some backticks here. And what we want to do is let's do a button. And let's do a class. Let's give it a bootstrap class. And let's do next dash btn. And the first one is going to be next. Then the next one is going to be btn. I'm sorry, bts. Then we're going to do unshift. Again, we're going to do backticks. And then we want to do button. Let's give it a class. And here's going to be pred dash btn. And let's make this one preview. And let's go ahead and close this one. This is going to be the button. And then let's do btn container that inner HTML. And this one we want to do btn dot join an empty string. And let's go ahead on the outside. Let's go ahead and call this function. So here I'm going to do display buttons. And inside there, we're going to pass btn container. So we can access this. And it's going to be the next one is going to be pages and then index. So the 3 parameters we're going to pass. Okay, so we got that. We got that. Okay. So btn container. Okay, over here, I want to call this one. Let me just copy this one real fast. I'm going to call this one low items. Like that, low items. Okay, so then, okay, we got the pagination. We got the display menu. All right, so let me see. So we got the display menu. I'm sorry, display buttons. Okay, so right over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create the one that says display buttons. So here I want to do function display menu buttons like that. This is an old style function. Okay, so here I want to do constant filter and it's btns, and this one is going to be document dot query select all like that. And I want to do is grab the filter dash btn, and let's go ahead and filter the items. So let's go ahead, type in filter items. So it's going to be filtered btn dot for each. I'm pretty sure you guys used for each before. So then here we want to do function like that. And I want to pass btn. So now that we have that, you want to do btn dot add event listener. So what we're going to do is add up an event listener, and we're going to look for a click like that. Then we're going to do function. Okay, so we have that. So then we're going to do a constant category. And this one is going to be current target data set like that. And you want to get an ID. And then let's do console log, console that log. And you want to do category. Oh, category like that. So, and then here, what I want to do is I'm going to create another new variable. It's going to be called menu type like that. And then here, you want to grab the post characters and you want to pass filter. And this is a function here. We need to pass the pose. Okay, so now here we want to do if pose that category is equal to category, then what you want to do is return a pose. Okay. Let's put another if statement here. If category is equal to all, we want to do is display post items. And here we want to pass post characters. And then else display post items. And then we want to display menu type. Menu type is this one right here. And oh, and then all we got to do is call the function. So let's call the function right here. So let's call this one display menu buttons. You go ahead and refresh and see what we got so far. Still don't have no image. Why is that? Let's go ahead and open inspect. Says on code BTNs is not defined. All right, so that's probably why I'm having trouble. Okay, it says BTN is not defined. So we gotta go where it says that line here, 165. So let's go over here. 165. So see BTS. So it's over here. I'm not declaring it. Was missing the S. And see what happens now. BTN is not defined. What? That's crazy. I just changed it literally. Okay, I still have one here. It says reference. Think I misspelled it. So 167 right here. See BTS, BTS. Okay, so now let's see what happens. See if we get some items come up. Okay, cool. So it's coming up. Nice. So yeah, so this is the pagination. Of course, we're missing something here. Okay, no more errors, nothing. Okay. So far so good. So now that we have the functions now, let's go ahead and let's go to the init up here. Where to go? Let me go ahead and get a closer. Get rid of some of these white spots. Okay. All right. So here, what I want to do is I want to add up the pagination here. So let's do pages and let's do paginate. Oh, paginate. And inside there, what I want to do is I want to pass the pose, which is this one. Okay, so then the last thing that I want to do is here, I want to pass here, I want to pass page, and I want to do index. And then let's display the buttons, display buttons. And inside there, we want to pass BTN container. Oh, BTN container like that. And then it's going to be pages. And then it's going to be index. Okay. Let's see if we have any progress on this one now. Da, 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 da. Okay. Okay, all of a sudden I lost all my stuff. But yes, you can see that it's working, but it's not. It says page is not defined. Okay, let me go back. What is that? 15. Let's go to line 15. Page 15. This is line 15. Okay. Oh, I see. Over here it's supposed to be pages. See how it says pages here? Pages here. So, okay, so let's make sure we save this. Let's go ahead and go back. All right, cool. So now it is working. So that's page 1 right there. See, it won't let you go. You have to have at least 10 items. So let's see if we go and change it to here. Let me see, go back over here. So instead of having 10 items per page, I want to just put down 1 item per page and see what happens. So see, now it's showing, it's going to show 1 item. Oh, what did I do? Okay, let me go back. Sorry about that. So see, now it's showing 1 item per page. See? So if I click 2, that's number 2. If I click 3, that's number 3. So it's pretty cool. So yeah, that's that. All right. Pretty cool. So now let me see if I can search for let's do first. So see, that's searching is looking for first. Let's look for pose. So all 4. Oh crap. Why is it doing that? Sorry. So if I type in pose, all 3 of them have pose, so it's pulling all 3. So that's pretty good. So now if I want to do all, or if I want to do new, oh, see, I have nothing with news. So it says, sorry, no products. I'm matching the search. If I want to do music, nothing. I want to do movies, nothing. Places. So if I want to do technology, it's going to bring it back because one of the categories was technologies. When so yeah, that's pretty cool. All right, so let's go back to the JavaScript, and I want to go ahead and put it back to 10. All right, that was quite a bit video there. All right, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully you learned quite a bit. If you hopefully you like it, make sure you leave a comment on the bottom of the video, and stay tuned for the next one. And I mean, it's coming along pretty good. So if you have any questions, make sure you leave at the bottom of the video. Don't forget to subscribe. Make sure share the video and help the channel grow. And I will continue working on the next one. All right, guys. See you on the next one. Stay coding and don't give up. Coding is a lot of fun. It can be stressful at times when you get stuck. I got stuck quite a bit with this one, um, but it's and that's how you learn. Practicing, keep coding, don't give up. Have that motivation, that drive, and eventually you guys will reach your potential and hopefully be able to get a job. All right, well, stay tuned, and again, don't forget to subscribe. See you on the next video. Bye bye.